Welcome to Asterisk Bong Toi Trong Dem. Tonight, I invite you to listen to a story titled, Oksu Station, The Call from Beneath the Ground. If you're in a quiet place, dim the lights, sit down, and listen carefully, because that call might be coming from right beneath your feet. My name is Hai, a Vietnamese journalist living in Korea for 3 years. I work as a freelance reporter, surviving on strange stories and urban legends. People often say this job is cursed. And maybe they're right. I spend my nights hearing about the dead, walking through places no one dares to enter. But for me, that's the thrill, that eerie moment when you touch something no one else dares to believe in. One night, close to midnight, my phone rang. The voice on the other end was trembling. Greater than, "Hi. Something happened at Oksu Station. Someone jumped onto the tracks, but it wasn't a normal accident." It was my friend, Woo Won, who worked there as a staff member. Still half asleep, I asked, "Greater than, what do you mean not normal?" He breathed heavily. "Greater than, the camera caught it, but the person didn't jump by themselves. Something, or someone, pulled them down." My heart froze. The wind outside howled against the window. I grabbed my camera bag and jacket and drove straight to the station. Oksu Station sits in the heart of Seoul, but at night it feels abandoned. The neon lights flicker weakly. The air smells of damp metal and rust. Every sound, even my footsteps, echoes as if someone is walking right behind me. I stopped and turned. No one. Down in the basement, Woo Won asterisk was waiting. His face was pale, eyes locked on the surveillance monitor. Greater than, look. On the screen, a man stood near the edge of the platform, just as the train was approaching. He looked terrified, then was suddenly yanked down by something unseen. No one else appeared in the frame, only a faint, misty hand reaching out for a split second. Greater than, see that? We replayed it a dozen times, there was no one there. That hand, small, pale, almost childlike, sent a chill down my spine. Woo Won asterisk poured 2 cups of cold coffee, sat on the floor, and sighed. Greater than, the victim was a janitor. Quiet, kind old man. Lately, he kept saying he saw a little kid standing at the end of the platform, but no one else ever saw it. Greater than, a kid? I asked. Greater than, yeah, maybe 3rd or 4th grade. School uniform, messy hair, always at camera number 3. Shows up every night, exactly at 4:44 a.m. Greater than, 4:44? I repeated. Greater than, yes. And the weirdest part, every single camera clock shows that same time. Synchronized, even though they're not connected. Whenever it hits 4:44, the lights flicker, like something is forcing them to align. A gust of wind blew down the corridor, rattling a loose metal sign. In the reflection of a glass panel, I thought I saw a small shadow moving behind me. I walked toward it. Nothing. Only an old, yellowed asterisk train ticket asterisk lying on the tracks. The words barely visible. Greater than, Oksu 4:44. I picked it up. It was cold, like it had just been pulled from water. Greater than, let's go. Woo Won asterisk whispered, gripping my arm. Greater than, we shouldn't stay down here too long. But I didn't move, my eyes fixed on the tracks. The reflection of the lights shimmered like black water, and for a split second, I saw asterisk 2 eyes asterisk staring back at me from below. I stepped back, shivering. Greater than, Woo Won, did you see that? Greater than, see what? Greater than, someone's down there, a child. He looked but saw nothing, only darkness. His lips trembled. Greater than, don't say it out loud. We've already set up a small altar in the break room. They say, the spirit of that child was buried here. Back when the tunnel was first built. I swallowed hard. Greater than, buried? What do you mean, buried alive? Back when they built this line, Woo Won said, voice trembling, there was an accident. A whole crew got trapped underground. Some say a mother and child wandered in and were buried with them. The company covered it up, sealed the tunnel. Maybe they never left. I sat on a stone bench, listening to the wind moan through the tunnel. It howled like the sound of someone crying. Half the ceiling lights flickered out, leaving only the faint glow of the schedule board. Asterisk asterisk 4:43. One more minute. My heart pounded. I switched on my recorder. Wu One gripped my hand, shaking. Asterisk asterisk 4:44. All the lights burst white, then went completely dark. A child's laugh echoed faintly through the tunnel, thin and distant, like air escaping through a crack. Greater than, Mister, I'm lost. I spun around, my throat tightened. The voice was soft, like a whisper, but every word was clear. Greater than, Mister, there's no train at this station. Then, the display board flickered back on. On it appeared a single line. Special Train 444 destination. Final stop, asterisk. We froze, staring at each other. A cold gust blew past, carrying the smell of rust and damp concrete. Far down the tunnel, a red signal light blinked to life, followed by the low, metallic rumble of wheels. But no train should be running now. Wu One pulled my arm. Let's get out of here. But I stood still, eyes fixed on the approaching glow. Out of the darkness emerged a battered silver train, old, scratched, driverless, gliding silently into the station. The screech of metal grinding on rails echoed painfully in my ears. It stopped in front of us. The doors slid open. No passengers. Only rows of empty seats. At the far end of the carriage sat a small child. Head bowed, hair covering their face. I staggered back, my pulse thundered. Wu One yanked my arm. Greater than, go, that's not human. The doors slammed shut. The train rolled away, the shrill screech of its departure fading into the darkness. I whispered. Greater than, 4:44, the train to the final station. The wind howled again. And faintly behind me came a giggle. Greater than, Mister, I'll come back, on the next train. My whole body was shaking, cold as if I'd stepped out of a freezer. Wu One drove me home in silence. The bridge over the Han River was deserted, the wind whipping through with the sharp smell of iron and river water. I hunched in my seat, watching the city lights fade behind us. Greater than, Wu One, are you sure that train isn't on any schedule? Greater than, I checked. There's no train that runs then. Stranger still, every camera shut off for exactly 1 minute while it passed. Greater than, like someone cut the feed on purpose. Greater than, or something. He didn't finish. His hands trembled on the steering wheel. At home, I opened my laptop and searched old archives. Buried deep in the records, I found a few short articles, over 10 years old, about an accident at Oksu station. A tunnel collapse, construction workers trapped inside. Among the victims, a young woman and her 6-year-old son who'd wandered into the site before it was sealed. The articles were taken down days later. No investigation, no bodies recovered. I sighed and shut the laptop. Outside, the wind howled through the cracks of the window. Then came a faint sound from beneath the floorboards. Thud, thud, thud. I froze. The tiny apartment had only a desk and bed. The knocking came again, rhythmic, deliberate, like someone tapping from under the ground. Greater than, Wu One, I'm hearing something weird. He called me on video. Face tense. Greater than, don't say it. Listen, I hear it too. From the basement of the station. It happens every night at 4:44, 3 knocks. I looked at the clock. Asterisk asterisk 4:43. Goosebumps spread across my arms. Greater than, wait, it's almost that time. At exactly asterisk asterisk 4:44, the lights flickered. My computer screen turned on by itself. A video file appeared. Live footage from Oksu station. Empty. Drenched in pale light. Suddenly the image shook violently. A child appeared on the tracks. Head bowed, holding a train ticket. It looked up, eyes blank white. No pupils. Its mouth moved slowly, every word dragging through static. Greater than, the final station, is waiting. The screen went black. I screamed. The power died completely. Outside, a distant asterisk train whistle asterisk echoed through the night, faint but unmistakable, across the sleeping city of Seoul. At dawn, I returned to Oksu station. Woo-won met me, dark circles under his eyes. Greater than, you heard it last night, didn't you? Greater than, yeah, the knocking and the train. He led me down into the maintenance tunnel, a place few staff ever went. Below was a rusted iron door with a faded sign that read, asterisk, authorized personnel only, asterisk. Greater than, this used to connect to an old service line. Woo-won said quietly, it's been sealed for years. But last night, someone opened it. Greater than, who? Greater than, no idea. The lock's still there, but it's twisted out of shape. I heard metal scraping, came to check, and found wet footprints leading inside. The door groaned open with a long, metallic screech. A narrow staircase descended into darkness, the air thick with mold and iron. I shone my flashlight, cracked walls, dripping water, the smell of rust and earth. Every step felt like sinking into mud. Greater than, Woo-won, this goes deep. Greater than, below is the old sidetrack. People say that's where the collapse happened. At the bottom lay an abandoned stretch of track, covered in dust and moss. On the wall, in red paint, someone had scrawled strange symbols. 0444 end, asterisk. Woo-won swung his light to the right and whispered, voice trembling. Greater than, look, something stuck under the rail. I bent down. Between the metal tracks was an asterisk old train ticket. The words barely legible. Final station 444, asterisk. Just then, my phone lit up on its own. A notification appeared. Greater than, special train arriving. Oksu station, 444. Greater than, Woo-won. Check the time. He looked at his watch. Asterisk 443. My throat went dry. My heartbeat pounded against my ribs. From somewhere deep in the tunnel came the sound, metal grinding on rails. A dim red glow flickered in the distance. The train was coming again. No voices, no warmth, only the vibration of the ground and a freezing wind that burned my skin. The doors slid open with a shriek. Inside, rows of seats were buried under dust. At the end of the car, a asterisk tiny child's shoe asterisk lay on its side beside a asterisk headless doll. Greater than, Woo-won. Do you see that? Greater than, yeah, but wait, what's that sound? I held my breath. From inside the train came a faint, muffled asterisk crying asterisk, small, broken sobs echoing off the metal walls. Greater than, Mom, I'm cold. Woo-won took a hesitant step forward to see more clearly. I grabbed his arm, but he pulled away, his voice cracking. Greater than, hi, she's looking at me. I turned my light. At the end of the carriage stood a asterisk little girl asterisk, pale. Eyes wide, lips curled into a grin. Then slowly, she raised her hand, and asterisk pointed at us. The flashlight went out. In the pitch black, Woo-won screamed, short, sharp, then silence. A freezing wind swept past me. I turned on my phone's light, the tracks were empty. Woo-won was gone. Shaking, I lifted my camera and panned around. Only flickering dust and thick mist filled the frame. Above, the iron door began to close on its own, slamming shut with a thunderous asterisk clang. I ran, pounding on the metal. Greater than, Woo-won. Where are you? From the tunnel came a child's laugh, high and distant. Greater than, Mister, the train has reached its final stop. The grinding of metal echoed, fading away into nothingness. The lights went out completely. And in the darkness, the only thing I could hear was the asterisk furious pounding of my own heart. I don't remember when I ended up sitting on the damp tunnel floor. Cold sweat soaked through my shirt, my heartbeat pounding in my chest. The air was thick with the stench of wet earth and rust. Only one small light flickered weakly, threatening to die out at any moment. Greater than, Wu Wan, where are you? My voice echoed off the concrete walls and vanished. No answer. I swept my phone's flashlight across the tunnel, stained walls, moss, water dripping from cracks. Then came a faint asterisk crunch, like footsteps on gravel. And a child's fragile voice whispered right behind me. Greater than, Mister, who are you looking for? I spun around. The child stood just a few steps away, pale skin, blank white eyes, tiny hands smeared with mud. He wore a torn school uniform, its hem stiff with dried blood. I stumbled back, heart hammering. Greater than, who are you? Greater than, I'm lost, please help me. His voice trembled, soft as breath, yet every word struck sharply inside my head. I forced myself to stay calm. Greater than, what's your name? Greater than, Jin Wu. That name, I'd seen it before, on the list of victims from the old tunnel collapse. I swallowed hard. Greater than, Jin Wu. Who are you looking for? Greater than, my mom. She told me to wait for her train, the 4:44. But she left first, and the train never came. He lifted his head, and though his eyes had no pupils, something wet glistened in them. My throat tightened. Greater than, where is your mom now? Greater than, down there. He pointed toward the darkness beyond the old rails. I turned my light in that direction, broken walls. A black gap yawning like a bottomless well. Greater than, that's the collapsed tunnel, where they buried my mom. A gust of cold air rushed past. On the wall, faint asterisk muddy handprints asterisk stretched downward toward the ground. Greater than, Mister. Mom said they buried us here so no one would find out. His tone changed, cracked, trembling. Greater than, they poured cement over us. Mom held me tight, but I was cold, so cold. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was dark. Mister, I'm scared. My hands shook uncontrollably. Greater than, Jin Wu. I'll help you, I promise. He looked up, face twitching into a crooked smile. Greater than, don't lie. If you don't help, the train will take you too. The ground shuddered. Far off, the sound of asterisk metal grinding on rails asterisk echoed through the tunnel. The train was coming again. My flashlight went out. Only my phone's faint glow remained, enough to see that Jin Wu was still standing there. But his shadow stretched unnaturally long, reaching all the way to the tunnel entrance. Greater than, where's the train? Jin Wu? Greater than, right behind you. I turned. The train doors slid open, flooding the tunnel with blinding white light. Inside, Wu 1 asterisk sat motionless, eyes wide open, face stiff as stone. Greater than, Wu 1, wake up. He didn't move. Jin Wu giggled, the sound bouncing through the darkness. Greater than, Mom said, anyone who sees me must get on the train. I stumbled back, tripping over something hard, a asterisk train ticket, marked asterisk asterisk 444. Fresh red letters appeared across it, like ink still wet, or blood. Next passenger. Hi, asterisk. I threw it away, shouting. Greater than, no, I'm not going anywhere. The train screeched. A violent gust of wind hurled dust and debris into the air. The doors began to close. And in that moment, I saw asterisk a woman asterisk standing behind Jin Wu, her hand resting on his shoulder. Her face was ghostly white, hair dripping wet, eyes black as a void. She leaned forward and whispered in my ear. Greater than, give me back my son. I screamed, and everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in a hospital bed. My throat was dry, my body wrapped in bandages. 2 Korean police officers stood beside me. One spoke slowly in English. Greater than, you were found in the old tunnel beneath Oksu station. There was no one else, but we found small footprints around where you were lying. I said nothing, just stared out the window. The sole sky was heavy and gray. On the bedside table was a plastic evidence bag. Inside it, a * train ticket * smeared with mud, marked ** 444, and a * tiny handprint * pressed faintly across the paper. I looked at the clock. The minute hand pointed to * 44. And from somewhere far away, the low, mournful * whistle of a train * echoed through the city. For days after, I still hadn't recovered. Every night, I dreamed of * Wu 1 * standing inside the train, staring at me without blinking. Behind him, the child was laughing, a broken, echoing laugh that seemed shredded by the wind. I jolted awake, drenched in cold sweat. City lights spilled through the window, casting twisted shadows across the wall that looked like train tracks. I glanced at the clock. * 4:44 a.m. The distant * whistle of a train * echoed through the night. Greater than, no way. I stepped out onto the balcony. Looking down. At the corner of the street, a faint red light flickered, pointing toward the * old Oksu station. Sealed off years ago. The next morning, I went there. The gate was blocked by iron fencing, but beside it sat an * old woman * selling trinkets. Her wrinkled face calm, her hands slowly sweeping dust with a broom. She looked up at me, squinting. Greater than, you want to go down there, don't you? I froze. Greater than, do you know me? Greater than, I know everyone who comes here. She said softly. Some come looking for stories. Others come looking for people. My throat tightened. Greater than, have you seen a man named Wu 1? He worked here. She shook her head slowly. Greater than, that name sounds familiar. A few years ago, someone like him went down there too, never came back. They say if you hear * a child's laughter * down there, you won't survive more than 3 days. A chill crawled up my spine. Greater than, a child's laughter? Greater than, yes, she said. It sounds like a voice from under the ground. Once you hear it, it follows you home. The wind blew past, rattling the rusted * Oksu station * sign. The old woman lowered her voice. Greater than, there's an * ancient well * beneath the station. When they built this place, they buried it under concrete. People say the well held the bodies of those who died unjustly, including a child. At night, you can still hear something knocking from below. I asked quickly. Greater than, you've seen it yourself? Greater than, not seen. She whispered, but heard. For decades now. Every night, 3 knocks, then laughter. And every time I hear it, it feels like someone's standing right behind me. She raised her eyes, dark, deep, and glistening. Greater than, have you heard it yet? I didn't answer. But I had, last night. I'd heard it clearly, that laughter echoing in my head, whispering my name. As I turned to leave, the old woman grabbed my wrist and slipped something into my hand, a * crumpled paper talisman. Greater than, keep this. Tonight, don't touch your phone at 4:44. And if it rings, don't answer. That voice isn't human. I looked down at the charm, trembling slightly. Greater than, how do you know all this? She looked off into the distance. Greater than, I once had a son. He worked at this station. They said he died in the collapse, but they never found his body. Every year, I come here, hoping to hear his voice again. Her voice cracked. A cold gust swept through, carrying the hollow sigh from the tunnel below. Greater than, if you see him, she whispered, tell him, his mother is still waiting. I bowed and turned to leave. But after only a few steps, I heard a faint * giggle * behind me. I turned. The old woman still sat there, but on the empty stool beside her rested a * pair of small, mud-stained children's shoes. I froze. She met my eyes and said softly, greater than, you see it now, don't you? Greater than, see, what? Greater than, it's standing right behind you. I spun around. Nothing. Only the cold wind, and the damp scent of the tunnel rising up from below. Then, in my ears, I heard it, a asterisk child's whisper. Soft but clear, in Korean. Greater than, I miss my mom. The world around me blurred. Somewhere in the distance, the asterisk sound of a train asterisk echoed once more. Asterisk asterisk 444. I came back to my apartment just as dusk settled. The sky was heavy gray. Fog curling around the old apartment blocks like smoke. From my balcony, I could still see the faint red glow far away, the direction of asterisk Oksu station. Even though it had been sealed off for years, strange lights still flickered beneath it at night, like a train was still running down there. I brewed a cup of coffee and sat before my laptop, replaying the asterisk audio recording asterisk from that night. It was only a few minutes long. At first, all I heard was a faint rustling sound, then breathing, close to the mic. And then, a child's voice. Small but crystal clear. Greater than, Mr., it's 444. I froze and stopped the playback. My heart nearly stopped with it. I checked the clock, it was only 11 p.m. I tried to calm myself. Maybe it's an echo, maybe I'm just imagining things. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay there, eyes wide open. The sound of a distant train echoed faintly through the city. Every time the wind blew, my window rattled, a sharp metallic rattle, like iron wheels scraping on rails. I pressed my pillow over my ears, but my mind kept spinning. Then, my asterisk phone lit up. On the screen, asterisk 4:44 a.m. Incoming call, no name, just the number asterisk asterisk 00000. I remembered the old woman's warning, asterisk, don't answer. If it rings, don't answer. But my hand was trembling, and I slid my finger to accept the call. Greater than, hello. Silence. Then a faint static hum, like a broken intercom on a train. And beneath that, a child's voice. Greater than, you didn't keep your promise. My chest tightened. Greater than, Jin Woo, what do you want? Greater than, you promised to help me. Why did you leave? Greater than, I was scared. Greater than, scared? Mom was scared too, but they still buried her. Come down here, Mom's waiting. Sweat trickled down my neck as I gripped the phone. Greater than, where are you? Greater than, on the train. You dropped your ticket, I kept it for you. Then came laughter, distorted, stretched, cold. The phone slipped from my hand. Its screen stayed lit, and for a moment, I could swear I saw an asterisk image of the 444 ticket, glowing out of the darkness. My desk lamp flickered violently. My asterisk laptop asterisk powered on by itself, and the old audio file began playing again, this time, not breathing. Now it was the screech of asterisk steel wheels grinding on tracks. Echoing through the room. The asterisk window burst open. Papers flew everywhere. I looked down, and there, on the street below, a asterisk real train asterisk was passing, even though the line had been shut down for years. The cars were glowing white. The train slowed, until it stopped right in front of my building. Inside, Woo 1 asterisk sat by the door, unmoving, eyes wide, just like that night. Beside him was asterisk Jin Woo, clutching a torn teddy bear. Both of them were looking straight at me. Before I knew it, I'd thrown on my jacket and ran downstairs. When I reached the street, the train was still there, silent, waiting. No people, no sound, just me, standing alone in the fog and the low hum of unseen machinery. The doors opened with a long metallic groan. Inside was bright, almost blinding. Woo 1 sat rigid, his lips pale, eyes fixed on me. Greater than, you're still alive? He didn't move. And from behind him came the child's voice. Greater than, come on. Mister, I saved you a seat. My legs trembled as I took a step closer. It felt like my body wasn't under my control anymore. As I reached the doorway, I noticed the walls inside, covered with asterisk tiny muddy handprints. and beside Wu 1 seat lay a asterisk ticket marked 444. I tried to back away, but behind me, another set of doors slid open. From that direction came asterisk laughter asterisk, children's laughter. Warped and thin, like wind whistling through bone. Greater than, I'm not going anywhere. I screamed. The train shrieked in reply, a piercing metallic howl. The doors slammed shut. The lights went out. And in the darkness, I heard a whisper, right beside my ear. Greater than, we'll take you home. Then silence. Only the thundering of my heartbeat remained. When I came to, I was lying in the middle of the old, sealed railway line. No train, no one. Just the night, and beside me, a asterisk bloodstained ticket, printed asterisk asterisk 444. Scrawled across it, in jagged Korean letters, was a new message. Greater than, tomorrow night, the final train will come. I lifted my head. Somewhere in the distance, faint and echoing through the fog, came the sound of a train. Soft. Almost laughing. I arrived at the station just as the rain began to fall. Seoul rain isn't heavy, but the drops are thick, carrying the sharp, metallic scent of rust mixed with train smoke that burns the throat. The fenced-off lot in front of Oksu station was overgrown with weeds. The old warning tape fluttering weakly in the wind. I slipped through a gap in the fence and followed the familiar path. My flashlight beam danced across the tunnel walls, lighting up streaks of green-black moss. Water dripped from above, cold, rhythmic, echoing. Greater than, Wu Wan, where are you? My voice bounced against the concrete, then vanished. No reply. Only the faint, dragging sound of asterisk metal wheels scraping the rails. I went deeper, until I reached the collapsed section of the tunnel. The wall there had new cracks, damp mud, and the smell of raw earth. At the center was a asterisk round iron hatch, bent out of shape, like the mouth of a well. I shone my light inside. Darkness. But when I held my breath, I heard asterisk trickling water, and something else. A sound like someone crying. Greater than, is someone down there? Silence. I leaned closer. A cold breath rushed upward, carrying a faint metallic stench. I recoiled, coughing, and then, a voice rose from the darkness. Greater than, Mr. Mom's here. I froze. Jin Woo's voice. It echoed from inside the well, soft but clear. Greater than, Mom said, you have to see. My hands shook as I angled the flashlight lower. The light caught something, a asterisk hand, pale and swollen, wrist still wearing a asterisk watch. That watch. I recognized it. Wu Wan's watch. Greater than, Wu Wan. Can you hear me? I shouted. No response. Only the child's voice again, quiet and sad. Greater than, he's down here. He promised to help me up, but now he can't leave either. I dropped to my knees, gripping the hatch, trying to lift it. Every pull screeched through the tunnel like metal screaming. Sweat and rain stung my eyes, my fingers slipping on the rust. Then, a asterisk cold hand asterisk asterisk touched my shoulder. I turned. It was the asterisk old woman asterisk from before. Greater than, I told you, don't go down there. I gasped for breath, still staring at the well. Greater than, there's someone in there. My friend. Greater than, not anymore. She said softly, what's down there isn't human. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were steady. Greater than, I saw them pour cement into that well. There were bodies inside. They said it was an accident, but they buried them alive to hide the truth. My mind went blank. Greater than, buried, alive? Greater than, yes, workers, children, anyone who disobeyed. They built this station right over the well. For years now, it still calls out. From deep below came an answering sound, 3 heavy knocks asterisk, slow. Deliberate. Then, a child's laughter. Warped and broken. Greater than, you see, the old woman whispered. It's awake again. The hatch beneath me began to asterisk vibrate. A thin crack opened, and dark water spilled out, glistening black. I pointed the light down, and saw a child's face rise from the water. Pale and bloated, eyes white, lips moving. Greater than, you promised to help me. The old woman screamed. Greater than, don't look at it. I jerked back, falling hard. My flashlight slipped from my hand and dropped into the well. Its light sank until it vanished. The sound of boiling water filled the air, then silence. When I woke, I was lying outside the station gate. The rain had stopped. The old woman was gone. Only her conical hat lay nearby. Soaked and muddy. I sat up, chest aching. Something heavy was in my pocket. I pulled it out, a train ticket, marked **444. On the back, written in dark ink. Greater than, the well is not closed. I trembled violently. Far away, the old station sat in darkness, but from the tunnel's mouth, a faint blue light flickered, like an unblinking eye. And through the still air came the distant echo. The sound of a train, slowly approaching. That morning, I woke with a strange heaviness. The sky outside was clear, but the sunlight looked ashen, pale. When I opened the door, there was an envelope wedged beneath it. No name, no sender, only a faint red stamp that read, Oksu line 7 restricted, **. I took it inside and opened it. Inside was an old engineering blueprint of Oksu station, the ink yellowed with age. In the center, aside from the known tunnels, was an extra corridor labeled Section 7, leading from the maintenance area down to level -3, Next to it, one handwritten note. Do not enter, test track, I murmured under my breath. Greater than, Section 7, that was never on any public map. As if on cue, my phone vibrated. A text message, anonymous. 4 words only. Find level -3, I returned to the station that afternoon. Fine drizzle blurred the city's edges. The wind howled through the iron fence, carrying the stench of rust and mold. My flashlight cut through the damp air. The tunnel walls were streaked with dried mud. At the center of the old platform, where the once was, someone had covered it with a new tarp, but I could still hear the faint drip of water beneath. I followed the blueprint's path. At the far end of the main tunnel, a cement wall was cracked. Behind the peeling paint was a narrow opening, just wide enough for one person to slip through. Beyond it, a stairway descended into corridor 7. The air changed immediately. The smell of rust mixed with something sweet and rotten, turning my stomach. A few dim bulbs still flickered on the ceiling, blinking in rhythm like a dying heartbeat. I swept my light across the walls. Tiny handprints, smeared in dirt, covered them, dozens, layered over each other. Then came a faint hiss, and a voice from the dark. Greater than, you're late, mister. I froze. Greater than, who's there? No answer, only the sound of footsteps, wet and uneven, approaching. Then a figure emerged, thin, wearing a station uniform. When my flashlight hit his face, my heart nearly stopped. Wu Wan. His skin was pale gray, eyes sunken deep, flesh waxy and still. His lips moved, but the sound that came out was hollow, like air through a pipe. Greater than, why, did you come back? Greater than, I came to find you. They said you were dead. He laughed, a broken, empty sound. Greater than, I didn't die. I just went deeper. Greater than, deeper? What do you mean? He pointed down the black corridor behind him. Greater than, down there, the trains still run. The final one hasn't stopped yet. My voice trembled. Greater than, what train? Greater than, the 444. You remember, don't you? Anyone alive who boards it never comes back. The air grew thick. Somewhere below, metal clinked softly, like something tapping the tracks. Wu Wan stepped closer. His eyes glinted red in the weak light. Greater than, I saw Jin Wu's mother. She doesn't forgive. None of them do. We were pulled under, for knowing too much. Greater than, no. I'll get you out. There must be another way. He shook his head, smiling faintly. Greater than, there's no way out. You either go forward, or get buried here like us. A cold draft swept through the corridor, the bulbs flickering wildly. From every direction came childlike laughter, distant and near all at once. Greater than, Mister, come play with us. I turned, no one there. Only flickering shadows, darting across the walls like reflections in water. Wu Wan leaned close and whispered. Greater than, when the train comes, don't look into its eyes. Greater than, the eyes, of the train? Greater than, yes, each car has a soul. If you meet its gaze, you'll stay. Then the rails below began to rain clang, clang, clang. The ground vibrated. A white glow swelled from the tunnel's end. Wu Wan stepped back, fading into the mist. Greater than, go. Hi, they're coming. Greater than, Wu Wan. I screamed. But he was gone. The light rushed toward me, blinding, then vanished. The corridor fell silent again, thick with the smell of diesel and ashes. Then, close to my ear, a whisper. Greater than, you're almost at level -3. I spun around and ran. But every step I took echoed like dozens of footsteps chasing behind me. When I lifted my light, words had appeared on the wall, written in blood asterisk. Greater than, level -3 is not for the living. My hands shook, the flashlight went out. And from the darkness, someone whispered, calm, chilling, almost gentle. Greater than, welcome, to the real Oksu station. I felt along the wall, inching forward step by step. My flashlight had died. Only the sickly flicker of a few distant bulbs lit the way. The damp, metallic stink, mud mixed with rust, hit the back of my nose. I could hear water dripping. Tap, tap, tap. Steady, relentless. Each drop slapped the floor and echoed through the empty space. Underfoot, a line of rusted rails ran off into the dark and disappeared. A fallen sign lay tilted on the ground, most of its letters worn away. 2 lines remained. Level -3 access denied test area, authorized personnel only. I muttered. A test area? In a station like this? A headwind cut through the tunnel, cold enough to bite the nape of my neck. I kept going until I found a massive iron door, chained shut with rusted links. In the center of the door, a dried blood smear in the shape of a child's hand. I crouched, brushed it with my fingers, and a whisper slid right past my ear. Greater than, the key is in the well. I jerked around. No one. Only cold breath seeping from the door's crack, carrying a faint, fragile wheeze, like someone lying on the other side. I remembered the old well, the one that howled from the earth. I turned back toward the main shaft. Each footfall squealed against the metal floor. When I reached the well cover, a heavy chill poured up from below like smoke. I shone my light down. Black water, bottomless. I tossed in a stone, no sound at all. I whispered, if anyone's down there, just give me a sign. The water began to move. A small wooden box floated slowly to the surface. I hauled it up, hands shaking, and pried it open. Inside, an old iron key, crusted with rust, and a scrap of paper scrawled with, "No one must open this, I clenched my fist around the key and looked around. The air was so still it felt suffocating. Far down the corridor, chains scraped. Clang, clang, dry and hollow. I hurried back to the iron door and slid the key into the lock. It clicked open with a sound that raised every hair on my body. The door groaned and parted. Beyond lay another set of tracks, glowing dimly, stretching on like they had no end. The silence felt crowded, as if people were standing just out of sight. I stepped through, and a pressure closed around my ears, like sinking underwater. Suddenly, a woman's voice floated out of the dark. Greater than, are you looking for me? I froze. The voice was strange and familiar. It sounded exactly like my mother's voice from the old recording. Greater than, Mom, is that you? Greater than, no, I'm the one they buried here. You opened the wrong door. A asterisk pale hand asterisk asterisk slid from the shadows and clamped onto my shoulder. I wrenched free and lifted the light. A asterisk woman's face asterisk stared back, eyeless. Peeling skin, a crooked smile. Greater than, they tested trains here. But these trains carry souls. From far away, iron wheels began to sing. Light spilled, then the dark swallowed it again. The asterisk train asterisk arrived. Not a normal passenger train. Each car was pitch black, with a red pulse flickering inside. The doors hissed open, and a flood of cold air rolled out. I heard children singing softly. Greater than, train 444. Where do you go? Where do you roam? Greater than who still owes? Who hasn't paid? Get on. Come home. The doors rattled, then fell still. I stood at the threshold, wavering. A low voice came from within, warm, but choked. Greater than, hi, get in. You have to see it all. I went rigid. Woo one's asterisk voice. I took one step, then another. The moment my foot touched the car floor, the doors shut. The light snapped off. Inside was ice cold. The walls were plastered with asterisk black and white photos asterisk, faces of townspeople. Workers, children. Every picture had the eyes torn out. The light stuttered, and I saw asterisk Woo one asterisk sitting in the front seat. Back to me. Greater than, Woo Wan, are you really here? He didn't turn, he spoke softly. Greater than, level -3 isn't for the living. You came down, now you have to hear them speak. The PA crackled alive. Static grinding between bursts of childish laughter. Greater than, the 444 will depart shortly. Passengers, please, let go of everything. The doors slammed. The train lurched, rails screaming under us. Woo One stood and faced me, his eyes sunk in black, but a faint light flickered within. Greater than, you see them now. Hi, all of them, never allowed to leave. Outside the window, shadows asterisk sprinted past in a never-ending line. Children, adults, workers in uniforms, none with eyes. They moved and murmured in a single plea. Greater than, give our names back. I turned to him. Greater than, names? Woo One's voice fell to a hush. Greater than, the list was erased. The ones who died in the 1998 collapse. They erased them like they never existed. A shiver crawled through me. Greater than, and this train. Greater than, it's where they're kept. Every morning at 4:44. It runs, carrying the unrecorded. It circles the earth below, and never stops. The car shuddered. The lights died. Children laughed, right beside my ear. Greater than, and hi. You found the right place. When the lights blinked back, Woo One asterisk was gone. On the seat lay a asterisk small notebook. On the cover, in Korean, asterisk, level -3 passenger list, asterisk. I opened it. The first lines read, No 01, Woo 1. No 02, Kim Jin Woo, female. 6, asterisk. Number 03. Hi, journalist, Vietnam, asterisk. I went numb. The air pressed in, thick and stale. The doors began to crack open. Beyond them, only asterisk blackness, tasting of smoke and hot breath. A rough voice droned over the PA. Greater than, train 444 arriving at level -3. Passengers, disembark. I looked around. There was no way back. Behind me, A child whispered. Greater than, please, come down. The truth is there. I shut my eyes and filled my lungs. Then I stepped out of the car. Dash dash dash. The train screeched to a stop. The doors opened, but no light spilled in. Only a wide tunnel, walls slick with moisture, floor soft like mud. I stepped forward. My footsteps thudded dully, mixing with the steady drip of water. The air reeked of rust and the old, stale breath of people long gone. At the far end, a small room waited with its door ajar, a weak yellow glow leaking out. I went inside. In the center stood a asterisk rotting wooden table, and on it, an asterisk old tape recorder. A paper label clung to its case. Incident log, the 4th of April 1998, final segment, asterisk. I drew a long breath and pressed asterisk play. Static crackled, laced with the ragged breathing of someone on the edge. Greater than, this is Chief Engineer Lee. They made us test the new prototype train, but the rail system couldn't handle the pressure. Greater than, someone's trapped inside the test car. We can't open the doors. A sharp rush of wind hissed through the speaker. Then his voice broke, trembling, panicked. Greater than, dear God, they're still in there. The banging hasn't stopped. Stop it, stop it. The recording cut off. Then, a asterisk child's voice asterisk asterisk whispered through the static. Greater than, Mister, we're still here. I staggered back, heart pounding. The asterisk tape recorder asterisk suddenly clicked, rewound itself, and played again, a new section this time. Greater than, if anyone hears this tape, don't open level -3. Never open it again. I glanced around. The walls were covered in scratches, Korean and Vietnamese, carved messily into the concrete. Greater than, we haven't left yet. Something shuffled behind me. I turned. Woo-1 asterisk stood there. His shirt was torn, his face pale, eyes unfocused. Greater than, you're still here? Greater than, I need to know the truth, I said. He gave a dry, broken laugh. Greater than, the truth? Can you handle it? He stepped closer and pointed to the far wall. There was a asterisk metal door, sealed tight, its surface smeared with faint handprints. A rusted plate bolted to the center read, Greater than, test chamber 04 permanently closed. I shined my light downward, tiny bones. Dozens of them, scattered like fragments of small hands. Woo-1's voice dropped to a whisper, afraid of being overheard. Greater than, that test train, they used real people. Workers, homeless kids, street beggars. Greater than, they called them, live data. Then the train derailed, burned, buried here. His eyes glistened. Greater than, you wonder why the train still runs every night at 4:44? Greater than, because they never left. My throat tightened. Greater than, then what should I do? Greater than, end it. Seal level -3 for good. I nodded. But before I could move, the asterisk metal door asterisk began to shake violently, boom, 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 as if something inside was pounding to get out. A child's voice cried from behind it. Greater than, it's so hot, open up, please. Let us out. I stumbled back. Woo-1 screamed. Greater than, don't open it. You can't open it. But it was too late. The door asterisk burst open, blasting a wave of asterisk blistering red heat asterisk into the room. Thick asterisk black smoke asterisk rolled out. From within, small figures asterisk emerged, burned. Flickering silhouettes of children holding hands, eyes hollow and dark. Greater than, Mister, will you take us outside? Their voices were soft, piercing straight into my chest. I couldn't answer. One child stepped forward, pressed a cold hand against my heart. Greater than, take me on the train. I'm scared of the dark. My chest tightened like it was being crushed. Woo-1 grabbed my arm, yelling. Greater than, run, now, if you stay, they'll take you too. I tried to run, but my feet felt glued to the ground. The heat swelled. Screams echoed through the chamber, adult voices. Children crying, names being called in agony. Greater than, don't leave us. Greater than, it hurts. Their pleas clung to me, wrapping around my ears, my spine. I fell to my knees. Through the smoke, I saw Wu One standing, arms wide, gaze steady. Greater than, I'll stay. I owe them. Greater than, no, come with me. He shook his head, a faint smile breaking through the soot. Greater than, I opened the door once. Now I had to close it. Then he charged into the inferno, yanking down the heavy steel lever on the wall. A deafening clang rang out. The door slammed shut. Silence swallowed everything. The heat faded. I lay collapsed on the floor, tears streaming without realizing. All around me was ash, and the acrid smell of burnt metal. The recorder beside me flickered one last red light, then went dark. I whispered hoarsely. Greater than, Wu One, I'll tell them what you did. I crawled back through the tunnel, every breath burning. Before leaving, I looked once more. Through the drifting haze, Wu One's silhouette stood faintly, smiling, before dissolving into the smoke. A week later, Korean news reported. Greater than, collapsed tunnel beneath Oksu station completely sealed. Greater than, a Vietnamese journalist was found unconscious in the maintenance shaft, clutching a rusted tape recorder. No one believed the story I told. No one believed the **444 train ever existed. But every night, right on time, I still hear it. The grinding of iron wheels on rails, echoing faintly, fading into the dark. And in the chill of the wind, children's voices whisper once more. Greater than, Mister, we still haven't gone home? I left the hospital on a gray, overcast afternoon. Mist drifted down like smoke. My arm was still bandaged, my head felt heavy, stuffed with lead. Across my wrist was a faint burn mark, the spot where *Wu One had grabbed me, dragging me out of the fire just before the steel door slammed shut. The doctor said I'd only fainted from lack of oxygen. But I knew that wasn't true. That first night after I woke, I heard it again, the train bell. 3 chimes. Slow, steady, lingering. I jolted upright and looked out the window, soul lay drowned in fog. No trains ran at that hour. I told myself, it's just a dream. But when I checked my phone, the screen showed **4:44 a.m. And in my call log, *+8244444444. No voice, only the screech of metal wheels grinding the rail. 3 days later, I went back to Oksu station. The main gate was sealed off. A worker told me. Greater than, that area is permanently closed. The government cleared everything out. I asked. Greater than, what about the old tunnel? He shook his head. Greater than, collapsed. There's nothing left. I gave a bitter smile. Greater than, nothing? Then what about the bell? He froze. Greater than, what bell? Greater than, every night. 3 chimes, like a departure signal. He went quiet, then bent closer and whispered. Greater than, only those who went down there can hear it. You should leave, don't come back. I walked to the riverbank nearby, where the abandoned tracks ended. Grass choked the rails, rust bloomed across the steel. I sat down. The cold wind carried the smell of smoke and damp earth. From deep below came the sound again. Keng, keng, keng. I shivered. The bell rose straight from the ground. Then my phone vibrated. Same number. *+8244444444. I answered. Nothing but breathing. Then, a child's voice. Greater than, Mister, did you forget us? My heart slammed against my ribs. Greater than, who's there? Greater than, it's cold, we're still on the train. The line went dead. I threw the phone down, trembling. That night, sleep never came. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw asterisk Wu one's face in the smoke. The asterisk child's hand gripping mine, whispering, asterisk, Mister, will you take me up? And behind them, hundreds of hollow eyes staring. I opened the asterisk old tape recorder asterisk, the only thing that survived the collapse. It switched on by itself. Static hissing, then a man's weary voice muttered. Greater than, it's not over. Level -3 isn't sealed. The bell still rings. It wasn't Wu one's voice. And it wasn't mine. It was old, hoarse, exhausted. Greater than, if you hear the bell, don't answer. Don't speak. Greater than because once you answer, they'll know where you are. The tape clicked off. Silence swallowed the room. I sat motionless for a long time. Outside, fog rolled in thick as smoke. Then, 3 clear chimes. Cold, sharp, unmistakable. I clamped my hands over my ears. But inside my head, the children whispered. Greater than, Mister, listen to us. Greater than, we miss you. Greater than, come back to us. I screamed. Greater than, stop it. I'm not going back. Everything went quiet. Then, a gentle tapping on the window. 3 knocks. I turned. Through the veil of mist, a asterisk small hand asterisk asterisk pressed against the glass, pale, wet, trembling. It slowly slid down, leaving a long streak of water. And vanished. Dash dash dash. The next morning, I went to find asterisk Mr. Joe, the former chief engineer of the Oksu line. His house sat in the outskirts, covered in dust, the gate padlocked. I called out, no reply. Just as I turned to leave, the door creaked open. A raspy voice asked, Greater than, you're the journalist, right? Greater than, yes, I want to ask about the 1998 train test. The door opened wider. Mr. Joe stepped out, hair silver, eyes red-rimmed. He spoke softly. Greater than, there was no test. It was a asterisk ritual. Greater than, a ritual? I echoed. Greater than, they called it the asterisk liberation of the train. Greater than they used souls as energy. Greater than they thought the faster the train ran, the easier the spirits could be freed. Greater than but not all of them left. He looked straight at me, voice trembling. Greater than, you've heard the bell, haven't you? I didn't answer. He came closer, gripping my hand. Greater than, if you hear it a 3rd time, they'll come for you. Greater than no one escapes after that. Above us, a small asterisk bronze bell asterisk hung from the ceiling, coated in dust. A breeze drifted through the window, ting. The bell rang faintly. Mr. Joe's face went pale. Greater than, hear that? The call, level -3 has opened again. Greater than, how? It collapsed, I said. He met my eyes, voice breaking. Greater than, because the one who opened it didn't die. Greater than it's you, isn't it? I stepped back, trembling. Greater than, I just wanted to save Wu one. He sighed. Greater than, you tried to save one, and brought them all back. Greater than level -3 doesn't need a door, only someone who remembers. Outside, the wind roared. The asterisk bronze bell asterisk chimed again. 3 times. The house darkened, lights flickering. A chill seeped up from the floor. Then came the grinding wail of asterisk iron on rails asterisk, screech, screech. Mr. Joe backed into the corner, voice quivering. Greater than, they're here. Get ready. Hi. Greater than they found you. I shouted. Greater than, what do I do? He pointed at the bell above us. Greater than, break it, before it rings again. I snatched a wooden stick and struck it hard. The bell shattered, crashing to the floor. At that exact moment, the whole house asterisk shook. A freezing wind tore through, and within it, children's voices whispered. Not crying this time, but laughing softly. Greater than, Mister, now we know where you live. That night, drizzle swept across Seoul like drifting smoke. I sat alone inside Mr. Joe's now empty house. The bronze bell was shattered, yet the faint keng, 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 still echoed from somewhere. As if someone were shaking a bell inside the wind. My hands trembled as I turned on the tape recorder. It clicked to life on its own. Mr. Joe's raspy voice whispered through the static. Greater than, the bell doesn't live in the object. Greater than it lives in the one who carries it. My stomach dropped. Greater than, what do you mean? In me? I remembered that moment at level -3 when *Wu1 fell, still gripping my wrist. Now, on that same wrist, a deep iron-shaped scar remained. Like a burn that never healed. When I raised it close to my ear, I heard it, the faint jingle of a bell. Soft but real. Tears welled up. Greater than, Wu1, where are you? From the shadows came a whisper. Low and hoarse, rising from the ground itself. Greater than, right beside you. The air thickened. The smell of smoke and rust crept into the room. Moisture trickled down the wall, forming streaks that looked like train tracks. Greater than, Wu1. Stop messing around. Greater than, not joking. You promised you'd take me out. Greater than, why did you leave halfway? I stumbled back, heart hammering. His voice drifted, sometimes near, sometimes far, circling me in the dark. Greater than, do you know the kids are still waiting? Greater than, every night the train still runs. Greater than, all that's missing is the driver. Greater than, I'm not one of you. I shouted. Greater than, but the bell is inside you. Hi. Greater than, you called the train. Greater than, and now it's here. The house began to tremble. The front door burst open. Wind howling like an oncoming storm. Outside, the old tracks. Glowing silver, stretching deep into the earth. A dust-covered train glided out of the mist. Silent as a ghost. Its doors slid open, releasing a swirl of pale smoke. Through it, I saw *Wu1 standing, face pale. Eyes hollow, smiling faintly. Greater than, come on. Hi, the kids are waiting. I backed away, shaking. Greater than, no, I'm not going. Greater than, come, it's peaceful there. Greater than, no questions, no forgetting. Greater than, I'm still alive. He tilted his head. Greater than, alive? But no one believes you. Greater than, your editors fired you. Didn't they? Greater than, every article you wrote, gone. Right? My throat closed. He was right. Everything I'd published about Oksu Station had been erased. As if it never existed. Wu1 stepped closer, extending his hand. Greater than, you always wanted the story of a lifetime. Greater than, now you are the story. I stared at that hand, pale, cold, flickering at the edges. Behind him, children's laughter bubbled softly. Greater than, Mr. High. The train's leaving soon. Tears blurred my vision. Part of me wanted to step forward. Another part screamed to stay. Greater than, I just wanted the truth. Greater than, then here it is, buried beneath the city. I looked back toward Seoul. The skyline shrouded in fog, lights flickering weakly. No one knew where I was. No one could hear me. Only the train, the smoke, and that endless bell. I took one step, then another. The wind rose, cold and sharp. The doors closed behind me. My shadow dissolved into gray smoke. Outside, Oksu Station flared bright for a few seconds. Then went dark. A ghost train tore through the abandoned tunnel. No passengers, no lights. Only the screech of metal on rails. On the old digital board, a single red line flickered to life. Greater than *444, the train without end, The next morning, police found a rusted tape recorder by the riverbank near Oksu. Inside, there was only one final message, faint, distorted, almost lost to static. Greater than, if you hear the bell at 4:44. Greater than don't board the train. Greater than someone is still waiting for the last ride. Then came 3 chimes. In silence. The story has ended. But the darkness beneath Oksu station may never truly fade. Down there, the bell still rings. And the 444 train still glides silently through the tunnels each night, carrying the souls that never found peace. And if one day, you happen to walk past the old railway, and hear the wind whistling through the empty tunnel, don't be too quick to dismiss it as your imagination. Because perhaps, is still sitting somewhere inside that carriage. Eyes distant, recorder in hand, quietly retelling this story to whoever dares to listen next. Thank you for joining Bong Toi Trong Dem on this haunting journey through Oksu station, the train without end. And if you still hear the bell, remember, don't answer it. This story is a work of supernatural fiction, created solely for entertainment and to deliver a chilling experience to the audience. We do not promote superstition or encourage any real-life dangerous acts mentioned within the tale. Any resemblance to actual persons, places, or events is purely coincidental. Thank you for accompanying us through the darkness, here, in Bong Toi Trong Dem, ***.